Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigns amid protests and violence. On 5 August, Bangladesh's Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned and fled the country following weeks of escalating protests against a government job quota system. The demonstrations, which began peacefully, intensified into violent clashes and a broader challenge to her 15-year rule. Thousands of protesters stormed her official residence, a day after nearly 100 people died in the unrest. Hasina's departure risks further destabilizing a nation already grappling with multiple crises, including high unemployment, widespread corruption, and climate change challenges. Hours after being seen boarding a military helicopter with her sister, the country's military chief, General Wakaruzzaman, announced he would seek the president's guidance on forming an interim government. He vowed that the military would investigate the violent crackdown on student-led protests that had fueled public outrage. "Have faith in the military," he stated. "We will investigate all the killings and hold those responsible accountable. I have instructed that no army or police personnel engage in any form of firing." General Wakaruzzaman also met with opposition leaders and civil society representatives before making his announcement. Protests over quota system. The protests began as a call for the elimination of a quota system for government jobs, which students argued disproportionately favored individuals connected to Hasina's Awami League party. What started as a demand for policy change soon evolved into a significant challenge to Hasina's leadership. At 76, Hasina was the longest-serving female head of government, having secured a fourth consecutive term in a January election marred by opposition boycotts and allegations of vote rigging. The US and UK had criticized the election results as lacking credibility, while the government defended the outcome. Under Hasina's rule, relations with the United States and other Western nations had strained over concerns about human rights and press freedoms, despite her efforts to build strong ties with countries like India and China. Her critics accused her of becoming increasingly autocratic, and many believe the current unrest stems from this authoritarian streak. Hasina was reportedly seen arriving in an Indian city on the border with Bangladesh on 5 August. Her exact next destination remains unclear. As she fled, protesters looted her residence, taking furniture and food. Continued unrest and economic impact. Protests persisted even after the Supreme Court's July ruling to cut the quota system, which had allocated up to 30% of government jobs to family members of war veterans. The government's response included forceful measures, resulting in nearly 300 deaths since mid-July. On 4 August alone, clashes in the capital left at least 95 dead and hundreds injured, with over 11,000 arrests. The unrest has led to the closure of educational institutions and imposed curfews. Authorities briefly shut down mobile and broadband internet services in an attempt to control the situation. The economic toll has been severe, with an estimated $10 billion loss due to the disruptions, affecting major industries like garment manufacturing. Hasina's tenure saw significant economic growth, but her authoritarian style and suppression of dissent overshadowed these achievements. Unemployment, particularly among the youth, has worsened since the pandemic. Possible route to London. It is reported that Sheikh Hasina may be travelling to London, with India facilitating her passage. Security has been heightened around the Bangladesh High Commission in New Delhi and the Indira Gandhi International Airport. The Border Security Force, BSF, has issued a high alert along the 4,096 km India-Bangladesh border, with senior commanders reviewing security measures in affected areas.